So much media, so little time. Who keeps track of it all? That would be me. This is Bob Andelman, and this is the Mr. Media Interview, recorded live on blogtalkradio.com from the new media and American League Baseball capital of the world, St. Petersburg, Florida. You probably don't know this, but Mr. Media's adopted hometown of St. Petersburg, Florida is pretty good at turning out dramatic talent. There's Angela Bassett, of course, who was nominated for an Academy Award for her work in What's Love Got to Do with It, and is currently starring on the NBC series ER. And then there's Patrick Wilson, who's been nominated for Tony Awards, Golden Globes, and Emmys, and stars in the upcoming film Watchmen. Monica Raymund is the latest to emerge from the sunny city on Tampa Bay. A graduate of Shorecrest Preparatory School in St. Pete, like Wilson, and the daughter of two of the community's best-known and most philanthropic residents, Steve and Sonia Raymund, Monica exploded on the national scene a few weeks ago on the new Fox TV series Lie to Me. For once, it might be fair to say that Monica is a real, genuine overnight sensation. Before Lie to Me, her best-known credit was an episode of Law & Order SVU. In fact, her IMDb listing only has one other credit. Lie to Me stars Tim Roth, best known for the opening and closing scenes of Pulp Fiction, the Quentin Tarantino movie, of course, and Kelly Williams, a star of The Practice. Now, in Lie to Me, Raymond is a gifted natural interpreter of nonverbal cues. Her character, Rhea Torres, is the newest member of the agency and one of the few naturals in the field of deception detection. She has a raw, untrained ability to read people that makes her a force to be reckoned with. This is a very brief clip of Monica interacting with Tim Roth in an episode of Lie to Me.
Hey, till the ceremony, let's post you two at the metal detectors. Look for any hot spots, any concealed anger, anxiety, or resentment.
Okay.
Her husband's not going to arrest him.
Well, that's none of your business.
You saw that he lied to her, right? Does she really not see it?
Hey.
It's none of your business. Now, go help Mocha.
Well, she's still getting the treatment like the young kid in the crew, right? The show Lie to Me returns on Wednesday, March 4th at 9 p.m., and then moves to 8 p.m. starting on March 11th. Monica, welcome to Mr. Media.
Thank you, Bob. Thanks for having me.
Sure. So, listen, before we go any further, Mr. Levengood says if you don't turn in your senior script soon, he's going to put a mark on your permanent record.
You can tell him that I forgot about that around 4 years ago.
All right, just establishing some localness to this chat. Hey, congratulations! It's safe to say that the whole city is swelling with pride.
Oh, thank you. I'm very proud to be here too, and I hope that St. Pete enjoys Lie to Me.
I think it's safe to say they're certainly enjoying their connection, and you know it's that kind of that thrill of trying to live through you and all the good things that are happening to you, I think.
Living vicariously on TV.
Well,
it's been great to, come from such a wonderful town, and, my family and I were so much part of the community there, and I've always had the support from all of my friends, all of their parents growing up, especially when I was in high school and doing theater, and to have their support now, it just means the world to me. I'm very grateful to know that St. Petersburg is behind me in all of this.
Now, in the midst of all this great love fest, I have to ask you. You have a younger brother. Is his duty in all this to bring you back to earth?
Bring me back to earth. Actually, he's kind of like my number one fan. He always texts me when the shows are on, and he'll put his little message and twist on the episode, saying, "Yeah, go Rhea." You really showed him this time. He's anything, putting fuel into the fire.
Oh, really? Okay.
he enjoys it a lot.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Now, I mentioned that success has come quickly to you. I mean, do you feel successful?
I mean, it's successful to, first of all, be employed. It's everybody's having a hard time right now, and so being employed in this industry is a blessing. So I feel successful in that. Of course, I feel successful because I came out of school. I just graduated from Juilliard about 9 months ago or so. And I came out of school with some options, and I was so lucky, and I had the luxury to choose which job I wanted to go ahead with, and I got this one. I feel it's incredibly successful, but at the same time, I'm sort of in it every day. It is a job. It is my job that happens to be in the public eye. And, it's not like I'm a celebrity or anything, so I don't really get the outside impact of how the show is being responded.
Maybe not yet, but I suspect that's coming.
If we have a lights out on air, then maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you still are you taping new episodes now, or have you already completed the order for the season?
No, yes, we are currently taping new episodes. We're only several episodes ahead of what you guys see on TV, and we are a mid-season pickup. So we only have about 13 episodes with first season, and then if we go to a second season, we'll have a full 22 episodes, and we'll of course begin taping much earlier than this go around. Are
you starting to get that feeling like chomping at the bit, like, come on, tell us if we're picked up, tell us.
Kind of, a little bit, actually. Recently, I just spoke to a producer today, and I was like, do you know if we're going to go, or do you know when we're going to hear about it so that I can start planning my life? And he goes, no, I'm sorry, we could know as early as a couple of weeks or as late as May. So it's really up to the viewers. If the viewers are there for us and they can continue to make a consistent ratings, then we'll be able to make a more informed decision about our season and our future.
It must have been pretty exciting, though, to get that first set of ratings after the first show aired. And it's kind of like you've gone from okay, I did a show, I did a pilot, and it's going to air, and yeah, this is pretty cool. But oh my God, all those people really watched.
I know, it's so crazy. And then I get emails from my friends, who are also following the ratings. I don't at all. I don't follow anything about the show. I try to be as removed from it as I can. And they're telling me, this many million viewers watched your show last night, and it's incredible to sit down and think, oh my goodness, there's a large percentage of this country that's watching my face. It's a very new feeling.
Wow. Now, I want to give out our phone number if anyone wants to call in and talk to Monica. You don't have to be from St. Petersburg. It doesn't hurt, but give us a call. You can talk to Monica live on the air. Monica, of course, is one of the stars of Fox Television's new drama, Lie to Me. Give us a call, 646-595-3135, and there is a live web chat that accompanies the Mr. Media interview. If you are in the web chat and would like to ask a question there, I'd be happy to pass it on for you. Tell us how you got this job. I mean, like you said, you were 9 months out of Juilliard. Pretty amazing, even for Juilliard.
I don't know. I really don't know, Bob. It's a really good question. I don't know how I got this job. I wasn't even, I don't think I was graduated. I had graduated yet. I believe it was like in May or June. I went in for this project, and I happened to be at the right place at the right time, to tell you the truth. And I was right for it. I went in. I tested for it about a month later, and I got the job. Then we filmed the pilot. I was doing a new Jose Rivera play out in Boston, and then I got the call that we were gonna get picked up, and so I had to leave the play early and move my life to LA within like a week. So it was. Look, we'll just say this. You know how I just graduated from college? Yeah, I don't even have my diploma yet. Like, I haven't had time to go by the school to pick up my degree.
Oh,
I don't even have
man.
paper in my hands yet, so I have to call them and tell them to send it to me.
Oh, wow, I feel terrible for you.
Yeah, that's my one.
Oh, man. So, okay, but so you did you get called in for an audition? Did you just go in?
Yeah, I was in the building. I was auditioning for another project, and then as I was leaving, the casting director, who I knew well, said, "Hey, Monica, we just got this new script, hot off the press. We don't even have a casting director on it yet. Check it out. Tell me what you think. We think you'd be right for it." I read it. I liked it. I went in the next day on tape. They sent my tape to L.A. The producers liked me. So within a couple of weeks, they flew me out west, and I had to do a studio test and then a network test, and voila.
That's crazy. Okay. And folks, it's that easy for everybody. Everyone should sign up right now to become a Hollywood star.
I always go to my parents a lot for advice. I call them all the time and just like hear their input, their opinion, because they are older and wiser than I am. Especially considering my dad and him being involved in the business world. I said, Dad, what's the secret? And he goes, you know what, Monica? I don't care how disciplined you are, how talented you are. That all plays a part in it. Luck plays a big role as well. And he was right. It's just the fact that I happened to be in that room at that time, and they needed somebody who was like me. And if all of those components kind of can fall together, you're lucky.
It's not uncommon to hear stories of young actors and actresses who started with nothing and suddenly find themselves, quite well-to-do in Hollywood. But of course, that often leads to all kinds of trouble. Now, you come. I know your family. You come from a well-to-do professional family. How do you think? You mentioned your dad and going to him for advice. How do you think your upbringing prepared you for the lifestyle that you're finding out there on the West Coast?
That's a really good question. I was very lucky to. First of all, my parents are still together. After I think 25 years or something like that, and to be raised in a family that was all about family, where we had to go home every night for family dinners, where we had to make a certain GPA. These were not choices. They were the rules of the household. We had family meetings. And our parents were with us every step of the way. And they completely supported all of our dreams, all of our passions. If we wanted to try something, they said, go do it. Because if you don't, you'll regret it. And I think in growing up in that environment allowed me to really to own this, to say, you know what, yeah, I'm an actor. This is what I'm going to do for my life, and that's that. If you don't like it, deal with it. And they helped me, I think, understand that it's okay to follow your dreams, but remember what's important. And they always made us understand that family is important, and they taught us that not everyone will like you. There will always be somebody more beautiful, smarter, more intelligent. And my mother, God bless her, probably the wisest woman I know, she says to me all the time, she says, you know what, Monica? Even Jesus Christ chose his friends. I said, you are right. So she says, go out there and you just try it. If it doesn't work out, if you don't make it as an actress, big deal. You go back to school. But this way you don't always live the rest of your life wondering. And so they gave me that confidence to keep going and to be tenacious and pursue my dreams.
Mm-hmm. Now, I've been kidding a little bit, teasing a little bit that this was kind of an overnight thing, but the reality is, if we go back even before Juilliard, even when you were in high school, I mean, you appeared in high school productions. Okay, great, everybody does that, but you also had roles in Manhattan Casino here in town, in Web City the musical. These were not small things. You also did 3 years with Anne Reineking's Broadway theater project. So I want to be clear that it's not that you were just that you fell off the turnip truck or anything.
No, I didn't like come in working off the street and happen to fall into it. No, I mean, I have been doing it for a long time. To tell you the truth, though, when I was in high school, I really didn't take it seriously. I did it because it was fun. I really didn't think this is what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And then it was really when I got into Juilliard that became the moment where I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to do this, because my parents sat me down and they're like, you are not going anywhere else. You have got to go to this school. And I said, okay, and put all my eggs in that basket. And then being at a conservatory like Juilliard was what really prepared me, and what really not only opened the doors, but gave me the resources to go ahead and start working in the professional world. So I guess some high school, a lot of college, and then a little luck. There you go.
I know the first I heard of Juilliard was just out of college, and names like Robin Williams and Christina Ricci, and that's just one little generation. Obviously, the school has turned out generation after generation of very successful actors and actresses, of course.
Yeah.
Even by Juilliard standards, I mean, are they surprised how quickly you got to work?
I think so. I haven't had a chance to really talk to any of my teachers from Juilliard.
That's funny.
But all of my friends who are still at school, I have a lot of friends who are underclassmen, and they keep emailing me and calling me and being like, oh, our teacher talked about you today in class. And so I think it's a little astounding for all of us. Yeah.
They must secretly just hate you, don't you think?
You know what? Maybe.
I mean, you know how catty actors are, so I mean, you gotta assume. Oh man.
Oh gosh. No,
now, that was me saying that. I don't want to put words in Monica's mouth.
My school is it turned into this very hippie school while I was there. We sort of did a makeover of the institution, and everybody just loves everybody. We all support each other, and we all want to see each other do well. So, because if one person does well, that means that, sort of a connection, and that means that there's good energy putting out there in the universe, and so hopefully we all do well. So we're sort of a pretty tight-knit family from Juilliard.
Oh, Monica. That was very sick. I was going to say that was very 60s while you were in school, but now that you're out of school and in a national TV show, a big hit, I don't think any of that. I don't think you'll find any of that is true. I think they honestly hate you. But look, let's give them something else. No, I hope I'm wrong too. Let's give them something else to hate though. Tell me about working with Tim Roth and Kelly Williams. I mean, it's quite a little group you've got going there.
It's pretty amazing. Working with Tim is like, look, I'm working with the creme de la creme. I mean, he is it. He is the actor's actor. When I heard he was signing on this project, I almost fainted. I stopped whatever I was doing. I said, what? Tim Roth? And I screamed. And so after I got over that, I went and met him, and he's just amazing, I mean, and the process that he likes to, his process is actually, not very different from mine, and I feel like I'm in school. He's very creative, and we like to kind of explore the scenes, and it's just so much fun, and that's when I truly find my joy on set, is when I'm rehearsing a scene with them. And Kelly has just been a wonderful guidance. She's a lovely, lovely woman. And she's a wonderful role model for me, just as a person as well. So it's been an honor. So it's been great.
I would think it's an interesting opportunity. I mean, in all seriousness, that you've got Roth, who is certainly one of the best actors of his generation, coming into television for the first time, and you've got Kelly Williams, who was on 5, 6 years of The Practice.
Yeah, like 6 or 7 seasons.
I mean, a huge hit. So you've got the benefit as a young person, just out of school, to get to work with someone who is so experienced in film and another so experienced in television. Has Tim had any problem getting accustomed to the pace of TV?
I don't think so. But look, I've never done TV, so I'm not sure what the actual pace is.
Right.
And I think right now for all of us, we're still trying to explore our characters and figure out the rhythm and life of this show and the story that we're telling. So for all of us, I think we're all taking our time a little bit, and then as we have been going, as the season's been progressing, we've been sort of catching our rhythm. But I think he's probably, from an outsider's point of view, made a very seamless transition into TV. And of course, I just bombard them with questions. I have a very insatiable curiosity about how everything works on set. So I always ask Kelly, like, hey, Kelly, why did you do this? And what are we doing here? And they've been very gracious and just answering my questions and always being there. So.
All right, now tell the truth, though. How many times do you have to say to Tim, I'm sorry, could you say that again?
It's an ongoing joke. He'll say a line, I'll be like, what? I'm sorry, we need to say that again because I don't understand what you're saying. It's fun.
Yeah, I watching the show, sometimes it's like, I'm sorry, rewind that. What did he say? What was that?
It's lovely. I love his accent.
Did you even know before getting the series that there were people who do this thing, who recognize, facial tics and expression?
I was very aware of the science being an actual science. I had read Malcolm Gladwell's Blink, 2 years ago, I think, shortly after it came out. So I was a little bit aware of the science, and he explains a lot in that book, a few of the case studies that bring to light the theory of micro-expressions and, of course, the science that all of the human expression is universal. But I had to really research it a lot more once I got this project, because this is based on Dr. Paul Ekman, who is a behavioral specialist, a psychologist, who is the one who basically said, yeah, Darwin was right. Human expressions are universal no matter where you come from. So learning about his science has just been pretty amazing. And kind of been practicing a little bit in my personal life, trying to see if I can read people, which I'm terrible at, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at it.
Now, are people noticing as the show airs week to week? Are people noticing that when you're looking at them, are they thinking, "Is she trying to figure me out? Is she
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if people. Well, I do know that people who watch the show have told me. They say, "Hey, I go home and my kids like to practice with me. Like their people's children will try to lie and see if their parents know if they're lying." Or a guy the other day told me that he and his wife watch the show all the time and love it, and so they were practicing with each other to see if they could catch these little glances or micro-expressions, or manipulators as they're called, see if they can tell if their spouse or their kids are lying. It's really fun, actually. It should be a little game we should have on the show at the end, I think.
I suspect that there'll probably be an online game on the website, no doubt.
Actually, there is, yes.
Oh, there you go. The show is kind of an interesting mix of the police shows that are so popular now, with a bit of a twist, but it's also got a little bit of house to it. I mean, Tim Roth's character, Dr. Cal Lightman, kind of a crank at times.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, it's very episodic, and of course, what's different about our show is that it as opposed to being like sitting in a only mystery or only murder cases, we're based in a science that ends in a situation that allows us to take all kinds of cases. So we might do a murder trial here. There might be a guy lying to his girlfriend in the next episode. We might have to go to NASA and see if somebody's lying about flying a shuttle. I mean, it's just the range and diversity of what we can do is long-lasting, I hope. And that's what's so great about it, is that it's about lying. You lie, Bob. I lie.
I never lie. I never lie. And right now, I'm going to interrupt you because I want to take a call. Hi.
Sure.
Do you have a comment or question for Monica Raymund?
Yes, I would like to say hello, Miss Monica. How are you? Do you
Hello.
Do you know who this is? Yes, it is, darling.
Hey.
Hi. I just wanted to.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you are doing fabulous. You are doing great things, and I just wanted to call and congratulate you and tell you that we are very proud of the great things that you are doing here.
Well,
you are doing
so
with
much.
your art, and we didn't expect any different. You've always been a hard worker. You're very talented. You're very humble, and we love you, darling.
Well, thank you, Paulette. I love you too.
Yes, yes.
Paulette, this is Paulette Walker Johnson from the Soulful Arts Dance Academy in St. Petersburg. Paulette, maybe you want to explain to everybody while you're here your connection to Monica.
Monica Raymund was one of my students. Actually, she dances too. So listen up, everybody. She's a dancer.
No.
Monica, you can move. Okay.
I can move. Move.
Yeah, you can move. So that's great.
I can
okay.
kick my bum.
Yes, and she's a dancer. She studied with me. Her parents are the co-founders of the academy here in Florida, in St. Pete, Florida. She is just a loving child. When I first met Monica, I believe there was something within both of us, within our spirits, that connected. Am I true, Monica? Am I right about that? Our spirits in reference to, we can help each other. We can work together. And
Miss Paulette was a wonderful mentor for me in middle and high school. And I remember going to her studio and going to her classes after school, several times a week, and dancing with her daughter and trying to learn from them. And she just let me have a lot of fun in class. So thank you.
Thank you.
Bringing my spirit out. Thank you.
I think that's my calling right there. Bringing people's spirits out. So I thank God for that. But I just wanted to call you, darling. When Bob called me, I said, I definitely have to call you and congratulate you. We are so proud of you here. And continue.
Thank you.
May God continue with great success, darling. You are a role model. Okay?
Thank you, Paulette. Paulette has to run. She has an appointment with the chief of police in a few minutes, so we can't keep her.
Yes, and it's not a bad thing. Actually, he's going to be dancing. He's going to be dancing.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Please
Yeah, I will. I will definitely. Yeah, it's going to be. What is it? It's called Icons Dancing at SADA. Community Icons Dancing at SADA. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
All right.
Okay,
well,
guys. Thank you
so much for calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Okay.
I love you too, Paulette. Bye-bye. All right. Well, surprise.
Oh my gosh, that was so sweet. I haven't spoken to her in a little while. It's been a long time.
And we've actually got 2 more calls, so stick around. Let's see.
Oh, okay, great.
Hi, do you have a comment or question for Monica Raymund? Hello?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm here. Well, yeah, because I go back, I had one of the first video stores in Tampa, and Steve Raymond used to come in and rent videos from us. So maybe one of your early video kid experiences was something I helped get you. And I still have my Web City T-shirt, the purple one, from the show. So I'm sort of a fan, but now I really like this show that you're on. I started watching it I watched it because of Tim Roth, of course, and he's terrific. But your character stands out because you're the character that hasn't been to school. You're the one that hasn't had the formal training, but you're better than they all. And they all kind of wonder about you. They're not really liking you a lot because you know this stuff. You come up with things that they don't. And like I say, you didn't go to school, so that you know how that is in a bureaucracy. So anyway, how much of creating this character did you have to do with it?
Well, I mean, there's, whatever character that I do play in whatever play or story, there's always got to be something that you can connect with. My character, Rhea Torres, in the show doesn't have a college degree, had a really hard life. And in my life, Monica Raymund, was completely opposite. I did go to college, and I loved my life. I had a very wonderful background. So those were polar opposites. So I had to find something to connect me to her. And I think what we have in common is our strength and our determination and our stubbornness that we're always right. I can connect with her on that. I'm still building it, actually. As the weeks go by, I'm still finding things out about her that I enjoy and learning from. But she enters the world having a very black and white perspective. You either tell the truth or you lie, and lying is bad, and that's kind of it. But as we go on, we see that she learns things, as Monica Raymund, learned things, that maybe not the world isn't so black and white, that there are shades of gray, and maybe we don't know everything. So. I'm growing up along with Rhea Torres as well, my real life, to be honest.
Right.
So.
Can I let me interrupt for a second here and ask the caller. I know who this is. I think. Do you mind if I identify you, or would you rather not?
Of course not. Yeah, it's me. It's me, Bob.
Monica, this is Bob Ross, who was the longtime film critic at both the St. Petersburg Times and the Tampa Tribune. And more recently, I think BobRossMovies.com. Bob, why don't you?
Hello, Bob Ross.
Yeah. As soon as he said the first video store in Tampa, I knew that the voice was familiar.
I'm just one of Andelman's many fans now.
Oh God, don't say that. So Bob, let's put your critical analysis to work. What do you make of Monica's performance? Let's put her on the spot here.
Oh, she's great. Well, because, here's the deal. I watch a lot of crime shows, all the Criminal Minds and NCIS and shows like that. And there's always this one eccentric female in the group. There's the one who does the research usually, or the one who does the weapons, And your thing is you're the woman in the group that has this extraordinary ability, and the rest of them have to deal with it, So, and you have to kind of keep them on their toes. So I kind of like the way you challenge everybody, including the boss.
Yeah.
So that's good acting. I mean, the writing has to be there, but then you guys have to make the characters work.
Yeah. Yep. You said it.
So is that? Do I have it right, or am I missing something?
No, you got it right. You absolutely have it right. We have to make the characters work, and we're doing our best to make that happen. After 3 shows, what kind of response are you getting from your bosses and your viewers? The response so far has been very positive. The viewers who have been tuning in really like the show. I think it's a very positive response. I haven't been too in tune with it because I'm really trying not to pay attention to what other people think about the show. I'm just trying to focus on my job and do my work. But from what I hear, the rumors that are trickling down from above are that it's a very successful show so far. So we'll keep our fingers crossed.
It is. How much of the stuff that you tell each other about people's faces, how much of that is really scientific and how much of it is just screenwriters having fun?
Well, it is based on the real science, as I was saying earlier. And if you go online, I just learned this. You go to the Fox website, it actually, Dr. Paul Ekman will break down what is the real science and what may be a little stretched for the sake of the story. But I do think that a lot of it, a large percentage of it, is based on real science, and then they might stretch it here and there for a particular case or to create a certain drama or tension between the characters. So a lot of it is fact.
I felt I was learning something, even though I knew it was a fiction story. I felt that enough of that was legit that I could get an idea what they do.
Yeah. I mean, most of it is. That's the thing. That's what's separating it from a lot of these episodics. Because, you can make up a story, you can create a fake science, but it's based on real science, a science that exists and that is pertinent to every human being. It's about the human condition. And so, with that, there's only you can go as far as you want with that because you have, countless material.
Well,
hey Bob, let me Bob, let me ask you a question. As someone who watches a lot of the police shows, did you ever think that there was another variation left out there that this would come about?
Well, no. I mean, not this. Like this particular one is a new one. There's been similar upstarts on every series, but this is a character that is going to just get better as the older, wiser, mentor starts grooming her and taking advantage of her natural talent. So they got a long way to go with these relationships, and that's a good thing, and so I think it's going to be the equal of some of the CSIs and like I say, Criminal Minds and NCIS. Those are the ones where the interaction of the characters is a big part of the show.
Right.
And you get to know these characters, and every one of them's got something weird on them. You know what I mean? They're something different, and you're going to get your chance. Everyone's going to get their shots at this, and it's good. It's fun for someone like me who.
It's good to have arcs through these characters, and I think that the show has started it so that we have that potential to continue the arc of our characters and the stories that we develop.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, very nice of you to call in.
Oh, I enjoy this. I'm glad you're doing this, Bob. It's a good thing to let us, stay in touch a little bit.
Excellent. Well, thanks for calling in, talking to Monica. I think we've surprised her 2 calls in a row now.
Well, Tampa rocks, and Tampa loves its own, and they're going to, So, of course, you got to go somewhere else to make a great career, but I'm glad you're doing it.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
take care.
Thanks, Bob. Take care.
You bet. See y'all.
Bye. Well, I don't know if I have any more surprises up my sleeve, but those were 2 good ones, weren't they?
They sure were.
Yeah. Well, let me give out our phone number again, just in case there's somebody out there. I know there was a caller on hold for a while. If you want to call back in, we've got a free line, 1-646-595-3135. Got a question that came in from the web chat for you. Margot Lane is wondering if you have seen the actresses nominated for Best Picture, and have you seen any of the nominated movies? Have you seen the movies featuring the actresses nominated for Best Picture this year?
Oh, yes. Okay, so yes, I would love to talk about this. I've seen The Reader. I've seen Revolutionary Road. Who else is nominated?
I was afraid you were going to ask me that.
I haven't seen Frozen River, which is what Melissa Leo is up for. I have not seen Changeling, which I think Angelina Jolie is up for. And Rachel Getting Married, I'm going to see this weekend for Anne Hathaway. And, of course, Doubt, I'm very familiar with the play for Meryl Streep. So, yes, I've seen some of them. I'm still working on going to see them all before the awards come out. And I have my picks. I'm a big Melissa Leo fan. I haven't seen Frozen River, but I think she's just remarkable. Of course, Meryl Streep is, the Meryl Streep. And I think it would be also fun to see a young actress like Anne Hathaway maybe win it. Somebody who's young and fresh and who has obviously the world at her feet. And I would love to see her win. I think it would be so fantastic for a 20-something-year-old to come out, doing a really great film with an Academy Award.
What a shock! The kid fresh out of Juilliard is rooting for one of the other young actresses. I don't know why that surprises me.
Well, I mean, of course, my great people I really idolize are Kate Blanchett and Meryl Streep and Tilda Swinton. These great women who have been around, who've been doing it for a long time. But when you see somebody young like Anne Hathaway, or for me, I really enjoy Rachel McAdams. I really love America Ferrera. These are young women who get it. They really are grateful. And Amy Adams, they're very grateful for their craft. They're not around going out partying and exploiting the celebrity status. They're doing it for the love of it, and they really represent young women well. And I just appreciate that, and I appreciate their approach to the industry as well as their work. So when I see a young woman like Anne Hathaway up for an award, I'm just like, go girl, you better get it. You better get the Academy Award. So those are my favorites.
All right. And the same person in the web chat made the point that there's some similarities between Lie to Me and a CBS show called The Mentalist. Both. Well, actually, she says here that both leads are British, but I actually think that the lead in The Mentalist is Australian. I thought.
Yes, Simon. He's Australian.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're 3 weeks on the air, and we're on a first name basis, are we?
No, I just have a little crush on him. But don't tell him I said that.
No. Listen, it's just us talking. Nobody can hear us. It's just,
oh God.
It's just pure coincidence that Paulette and Bob happened to call in. We have another note here. Did you? Well, we talked about this a little bit, but Margot came in a little late, I guess. She's asking if you had expected that you would become a professional actor when you were doing high school. I mean, did you ever imagine that this would be your profession? I think you sort of addressed that. But...
No, I didn't. I actually, at the time, I came from a very, as you know, I went to Shorecrest, which is a private academic school, so a very strong academic background, and I really, really loved school. I enjoyed being a student. I always loved going to class, and that was also another passion of mine. And at the time, when I came to applying to colleges and universities, I had only applied to, I think, 3 conservatories and 9 regular colleges, liberal arts schools. And at the time, I think I wanted to go into science. I was really was thinking to go into biochemistry, maybe doing some forensics. I really, really loved my chemistry classes in high school. I had a plan in pursuing that, but I also didn't expect to get into Juilliard. So I sort of just altered my plans on the spot and decided to go for the dream.
Wow. Now, I made reference earlier to a drama teacher and director in high school and at
Mr.
some
Levengood.
but Mr. Levengood. But maybe I should have asked you who your science teacher was.
Her name was Ms. Ray. She was one of my science teachers. She was my honors chemistry teacher in high school, and she left my high school, I think, after my 10th grade. I think she went to go to another job where she got this big research job, I believe. And I haven't spoken with her since, but I have such fond memories of her, and that is one of my favorite teachers who basically made me fall in love with molecules and chemistry and cells. It was really fun.
Interesting. Now, you did say earlier that your folks really kind of said to you, no, you're going to go to Juilliard. You're going to go study acting. So I guess I'm guessing they didn't push you too hard, but they must have seen what was apparent to a lot of people, that you had some talent for this, and it would be almost cruel not to pursue it and find out what.
Absolutely. I mean, when a kid has a dream, it was something that I really didn't think I could do. I didn't think I was going to be a good actor at all. I mean, to this day, I don't even know if I'm decent at all. And truly, that's not my concern. I'm just trying to learn more. That's my priority. And at the time, as a senior in high school, I said, I'm not going to get into Juilliard. It's like one of the best schools in the world for acting and arts. I'm not going to get in. And so being so relaxed about it, because I was convinced I was not going to get in, I got in. And I don't know what happened, but they sat me down and they had a real talk with me and said, if this is something that you want to do, don't feel like you need to go do what you think other people expect you to do. And that was very important to me, that message they gave me. Don't do what you think other people expect you to do. Do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Try it out. Go for your dream. Put all your eggs in that basket. You know what? If it doesn't work out, at least you tried. And I keep coming back to that because it's true. And I hope to raise my children with that. Be tenacious. Be curious. Be passionate about something. If you love it, I will do your best to put yourself in a position to actually go for it. And I have angels for parents. They're amazing.
Yeah.
I was the lucky kid.
A lot of people think a whole lot of your folks, and I think appreciate that they're here. And like I said when we started, they're just very happy that things have worked out so well for you. I just have a couple more questions, and
Sure.
I'm just going to put out the word that if you're listening to the show or you're in the web chat and you want to ask a question, the clock is ticking on you. So call now or ask your question in the chat. There are, I think, three episodes have aired, and you're going to there'll be 10 more. Have you already seen your character changing a bit in the script? So they.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's changed?
I'm sorry?
What do you see as changing?
Well, you get to see her let her hair down. I mean, she starts out like sort of wanting to fit into the corporate world that she knows nothing about, and we eventually see her really be comfortable with who she is. It reflects in her wardrobe and like the way she looks, and she starts really becoming comfortable in this environment that she was just recruited in. And you see her maybe rethink the cost of lying, what that means, because now that, especially now, hold on, sorry.
Speaking
of
the police.
What? Yeah. Hold on, I gotta go run for a second. Okay. No. Speaking of lying, she creates a relationship with Tim's character, and we really get to see that relationship develop, which is like my favorite part of our characters so far, is that Tim and I have like all our scenes together after around episode 3 or 4, and we'll see a lot more of those two characters. And you might see a head-to-head with Lightman and Torres, and you get to reveal a little bit of her strength and her weaknesses and a little bit about her past. Maybe, as after last night, maybe a little romance. It's going to be a great development, I think. The writers have been really kind.
Wait a minute. Are you saying romance between romance between Torres and Lightning?
Oh, no.
Okay. I mean, Hollywood is a strange place. I want to be sure.
No, from last night's episode.
Okay.
There was a guy who came on and asked her out, and she says yes, Hey, that's definitely not what I expected Torres to say. And that's great that she's, like, maybe opening herself and taking more chances and trying to be comfortable with the woman that she is. So.
All right. Well, I mean, Tim Roth's a great guy and all, but I have a feeling that if your dad caught wind that they were setting up a romantic storyline between you and Roth, I think your dad would be on a plane out to Hollywood in a minute. Just
what is he going to do? Scold me?
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. They can always bar him at the studio gates. So, how many more episodes do you have left to film?
Let's see. We just wrapped today on episode 7. I think we have about 6 left. Wow. Yeah, we have about 6 left.
Wow, a little more than halfway through. So, if the show gets picked up, has anyone said to you, okay, you'll have this much time off, but then you're going to come right back and start shooting again?
Yeah, we have a schedule already kind of arranged in case we do get picked up. So we'll wrap on April 23rd, and then if we go to second season, we'll start filming again towards the end of July. And we would film 22 episodes, and that would take around 10 months. So
has your brilliant agent stepped in and said, okay, now we're gonna book you into something in between and take advantage of your success?
It's actually funny you should say that because yes, I have several auditions next week. I'm trying to see if I can set up a little gig on my hiatus, but it's such a specific time that things are all so slow. So I'm trying to do my best, and if nothing works out for my hiatus, then I'll go kick it. I'll go on vacation or something, hang out at the beach at home.
Well, go pick up your diploma first.
What?
Go pick up your diploma first.
Yeah, I have to go pick up my diploma. I haven't even returned the mailbox key of my mailbox at school. I still have it on my keychain. It's right here.
Oh my God! Oh, things are happening a little quickly. And by the way,
a little quick. Oh yeah, I mean, who knew I'd be paying taxes so quickly? I'm still getting used to it.
Well,
I finally have bills to pay. I have health insurance premiums. I never had to do this before, and all of a sudden it's happening within 6 months. It's fun. It's interesting.
The new president is rubbing his hands together gleefully at the prospect of getting your tax money. So keep up the good work there. Well, listen, you've been a delight to have on.
Thank you.
I suspect that you've been working all day, so I know that doing this is a real extension of your day. I appreciate it. I want to tell everybody to watch Lie to Me on Fox. The show returns on Wednesday, March 4th at 9 p.m., and then moves to 8 p.m. 8 p.m. starting March 11th. Now, if it's moving to 8 p.m., it really says that Fox has some confidence in it. They're saying it doesn't need a great lead-in. It can be a great lead-in. So that's pretty exciting.
Sure. Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. I have no idea, Bob. I have no idea why they're moving it. I've asked producers. They said it was always like that. I don't know. I really don't know. But, yeah, we're going to say that it's because we have confidence and we don't need American Idol. We can do it on our own.
American Idol. Who needs American stinking Idol?
Who needs American Idol? All right, Simon, you've had enough airtime. Next.
You trust Mr. Media. I know all about this stuff. You're in good shape. Listen, Monica, again, it's been a delight. Thank you so much for joining us on Mr. Media today, and
continue. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I'll take care. Hopefully talk to you soon.
All right.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. And folks, for more great TV star interviews, you can surf over to our main website, www.mrmedia.com. That's mrmedia.com, where you can listen to my earlier conversations with the stars of Chuck, Worst Week, Psych, Melrose Place, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Starter Wife, Knight Rider, My Name is Earl, and many, many more. Please think about writing an online review of Mr. Media, casting a vote for Mr. Media, or marking Mr. Media as one of your favorites, whether you listen on Blog Talk Radio, Pointer Online, Digital Journal, Podcast Pickle, Vox, Folio, Mediafly, Podfeed.net, Blueberry, Zencast, or Odeo. You can also subscribe to the Mr. Media blog on the Amazon Kindle Reader. That's the ebook reader. Just go to Amazon.com, search Mr. Media, and sign up. And subscribe to Mr. Media on iTunes, and you'll never miss a show. Just search Mr. Media Interviews from within iTunes and subscribe for free. You can also listen with a piece of string and a tin can in many locations. If you've got an idea for a guest, email me directly at bob@andelman, ANDELMAN.com. You can also follow me on Facebook or on Twitter, www.twitter.com/Andelman. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's always a pleasure when you give up a little piece of your day to spend it with us.